Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wrong camera. Oh, there we are. How did we start off on the wrong camera? All right. We are live on YouTube. Yeah. We are live on YouTube. When I launched the app, it was on the front camera. Or, sorry, the rear camera. This is the front camera. Anyway, sorry, that threw me off for a second. How's everybody doing today? Whew, man. It is 49 degrees already. It is chilly. Chilly. You've got the spider gloves on. Spider. These are the best touch gloves, period. I got these at Costco. They were clearancing them like a couple years ago. And I've got some backups. I bought some for Dawn and myself. Like, these are the best gloves. They're high quality, very durable, and they're also touch gloves for touch screens. So that way my hands and fingers don't freeze when I'm walking with purpose. And that's what we're here to do once again today. I'm out and about, another walk with purpose. Episode number 651. And today we're going to be discussing a deep dive into self-love and self-respect. AZ Prod, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. I got your comment. I haven't had a chance to respond yet regarding the live stream replay you caught that I did late last night. You love those dating stories, man. I know, I love them too, dude. Those are one of my favorite things to do, besides doing streams with my girlfriend Dawn. Good answer, right? Good answer on that one, right? Because the best thing to do is the streams with your girlfriend, right? And Dawn was telling me today, you're not just telling me this. I was talking to her about something, right? You know, making my woman feel good. I love doing that, right? And I was talking with her, and she goes, you're not just saying that because you had to say that. I said, no, baby. I said, listen, honestly, even when it comes to you, my mother, my brother, my family, I'm very unbiased. You would think, like most men would tell their woman whatever they need to hear to feel better. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not, because I can't be the best man or best person to be with you if I don't tell you the truth. You're not going to better yourself if I'm not honest, right? So you know, gotta always keep it real. And yeah, no, I really truly enjoy the shows with Dawn the best. I do, I really do. But I also, a close second is, you know, those dating stories. I really love doing them because I'll tell you, Reddit is one of the best places to hear or to read raw and real stories. And I just need to find more time to respond to more people, because Reddit is a really good place to build an audience, especially if you do something like what I do. A lot of these people need help and are seeking help, and they're going to Reddit because they're not finding channels like mine on YouTube. And us coaches need to go out there and make people aware in a respectful way so we don't get banned, because you don't want to spam or anything like that, but we need to make people aware of what we do, because people really need the help, right? And today, I'm out here late again because just lots going on, and I was up late last night. You know, Dawn and I slept in this morning. Actually, you know, I was folding clothes after the show last night. There was so much laundry that we had to fold. I mean, Don and I, we keep up with the laundry. We wash stuff, but it gets busy, so you don't have time to fold it right away after it's done drying sometimes, right? So, you know, I was up doing that, and, you know, it's just, got to do what you got to do. Plus, like I've been mentioning this past week and last week, we've had several in-person and online doctor appointments for Dawn, and lots of good stuff happening for her. She is getting the treatment she needs for all of her medical issues, and she's doing fantastic. And once again, she says hello to everyone. And thank you to the 15 people that are here right now, and the one thumb up. Please, 3 thumbs up. Sorry, please smash the thumbs up, and please share this out. Audio and video good. AZ Prodigy. So, I'll tell you what really inspired me to talk about this topic today. You know, every now and then I'll go surfing around YouTube. Thank you for the thumbs up, brother. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure this is still charging. I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. Everything seems to be working properly. Man, it is cold tonight. It'll take me about 1 lap to really warm up. I'm layered up. I've got triple layers. You know, I've got a long sleeve shirt underneath my long sleeve Columbia jacket, and then another shirt, you know, that's not long sleeve below that, so I can keep my core warmer. Touch spider gloves on my hands. I've got my Under Armour, sweats on. My hat. I'm still feeling somewhat cold, man. I would be a popsicle if I was nude right now. But anyway, 24 people here. Wow. People are showing up. Okay. Well, they show up, and then someone starts a simulcast, right? And then they all go away. It's all good. We just call it as we know it and see it, right? It is what it is, right? It is what it is. But every so often I'll surf around YouTube, and I'm just looking to see what's going on. I'm going to different communities. Not necessarily communities I used to be a part of. Sometimes it's communities I've been a part of or currently a part of, and other times they're new communities. And I look to see what's going on, right? And over the last week or so, I've been seeing a lot of female panel communities regarding groups of women that are struggling with lots of things emotionally deep within. And they're coming out here on YouTube and using these live stream panels like a therapy session. Between the women on the actual StreamYard panel and then the women in the chat, right? And then there are a few men in the chat of those streams that primarily involve women, but it's more so women in the chat, right? And like I've said in the past, and this is something that my ex-girlfriend Dana made me aware of, and she was very smart when it came to this. I don't know if I would have figured it out. A lot of people, both men and women, but more so women, they use YouTube as an outlet. The men are there to simp. Right, right, brother, right. But AZ Prod, why would you want to simp on women that are extremely mentally and emotionally unstable? I don't understand. Like, if you're gonna simp, at least simp to women that are happy and joyous, not women that are overly traumatized and whining and complaining about their life on a YouTube panel, and then whining and complaining about other women on YouTube criticizing their personal life. Like, now, men more so do this than women on the platform by far, but there are groups of women out here that do this, and when I see the women doing it, it's just really sad. It's sad when both men and women do it, right? But the women, you know, the women aren't doing it to flex what they have financially, right? Like the men do. The women are doing it because they need the constant emotional support to feel like they're worthy of being alive or just worthy in general, right? So a lot of these women on these panels, they go on these panels and they go in these live stream chats of these panels seeking extreme validation. I understand to a certain extent it's normal for women to seek validation, right? Even from men that they're dating or other women, right? But these women are seeking extreme, constant, overloaded validation. And it's not healthy. They're seeking validation at such an extreme level that it becomes very, very toxic. You know what I mean? AZ Prod said, I've been seeing an insane amount of betas sending donations and love comments to mentally unstable women creators. Yeah. Dude. I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, I could wrap up the show right now and be satisfied, AZ Prod, but obviously I'm not going to wrap up the show. But yeah, the betas do that, right? To these women that are mentally and emotionally unstable. No disrespect, right? There's a better way to handle it, and I'm going to get to that, right? But what does that do? When these thirsty beta males donate money to mentally and emotionally unstable women, it leads these women to believe that they don't have to work on working through their mental and emotional instabilities. They can be emotionally and mentally effed up for the rest of their lives and get paid. Go fucking figure, right? Now, there were days in the past out here on YouTube where I had my moments and I would get super triggered, right? And a lot of people were saying, yeah, Eli, you're coming off like you're mentally and emotionally unstable. And maybe during that time, a little bit. I've never been really superly mentally and emotionally unstable, but maybe I was perceived to be, right? And during those times, I'd get more donations. Like, do people seem to enjoy donating money to fucked up people? And they see it as a form of entertainment, or they feel sorry for you, or whatever, right? But does that actually correct the underlying issue of the problem? And what is the underlying problem, right? Let's get to that, right? Let's get to that, because this is what I want to talk about today. And I've talked about this many, many times over the years, right? It all boils down to one thing: self-love, also known as self-respect, right? Self-love and self-respect is something that every man and woman out there has struggled at one point or another. And some people have struggled with it more than others. And some people have struggled with it all their life, and they're still struggling with it to this day. Right? And again, I'm going to make it very clear, like I have in the past. I am not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a doctor in any way, shape, or form. But from what I've noticed, people that struggle with this. Give me a second here. I'm going to pass by. There's Redwood City Police over there. Hey, TFT Rurik, how you doing? Give me a second here. We got Redwood City's finest. And that's really nice. I didn't want to be too loud passing by them because they may be doing something important or watching to make sure nobody's speeding and stuff. That's cool. I love having them around. But here's what these women and even men that go through this, right, don't understand. This is the main problem that creates all other problems within your life and your health and everything else. It's how you see yourself. Do you have self-love? Do you have self-respect? Do you love yourself deep within no matter what? AZ Prod says exactly. The women get worse. Well, it's a lot harder to give this advice to women, AZ Prod, because they respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. And every time I say that, with a lot of respect to my girlfriend Dawn, she gets triggered. She doesn't like hearing that. And I tell her, I said, babe, do you not like hearing that because it's the truth? And that would trigger her more, right? And I'm not trying to trigger her. I'm trying to help her, right? And I'm 50 years old and experienced as hell, right? And you guys, listen, you could be the oldest man on the planet and understand women as best as possible, and they're still going to give you a run for your money, I'll tell you that. But today, I was having a really awesome conversation with my girlfriend Dawn before I came out here to walk, right? AZ Prot says, it's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you again for being here, TFT Rurik. I hope you're having a great day out there in Fresno, California. I hope you're making that money, bro. Taking care of your family. I love that you're a family man, dude. That's awesome. Love that. Yeah, so I was talking with Dawn before I came out here, right? And we were talking about, you know, her family and stuff. There's some family things going on. We talked about it before. We're not going to really get into it, right? And I was talking with her, you know, yeah, in the future things will get better. You know, people will always learn their lesson at one point or another, and they'll come around, right? And you know what Dawn said? She goes, do you want to know something? What matters to me is right now. That's what matters to me. I'm not worried about the future or anything. What matters to me is right now. So you know what I said? I said, so all those times where I've said women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment is true. And she looks at me funny. She's like, yes. I love it, man. I love it, man. I love it when my own woman comes to me and says, you know what, babe? Today she's like, you know, the future doesn't matter. Yeah, people can come around. They can, you know, start being nice to me again, whatever, right? But right now what matters to me is right now. I've been saying that forever. I've been chastised by my own woman and other women out here for speaking the biological facts of how or about how women respond with their emotions. I'm not saying that men don't have emotions. We do, but most men that are normal men will use logic and reasoning and not overly respond emotionally initially. We may respond with some emotions afterwards, right? Now, if you're a beta male like AZ Prod's been talking about, and you're acting like a woman, then you may respond to things emotionally. Like the men that respond to things emotionally, they get triggered emotionally right away, they're acting like a woman. That's why they're beta, right? And that's why my girlfriend Dawn and other women are saying, well, men are just as emotional as us women. Well, no, the beta males are, not the real men. The real men can contain their shit and be strong and be the rock. Now, yes, we'll still shed some emotion as a real man, but we're much stronger and we're able to more so contain our emotions better than the beta males or women. I'm not saying that's a bad thing for women. That's how they're made to be biologically and naturally. For beta males, that's not normal. For men, that's not normal. It's absolutely not normal, right? We got 26 in the box here. We're making it rain today for some reason, huh? Yeah, so, you know, I'm watching, there was like 5 different panels I came across this week regarding women running these emotional support drama panels, right? And all different communities, right? And it all boiled down to the same thing. It all boiled down to, all of these women struggling with depression, anxiety, a combination of both, right? They've dealt with a lot of trauma. I'm not going to get into great detail. There's just lots of trauma, right? And basically what they're doing out here on YouTube is they're conglomerating all together on these panels and they're trauma dumping on each other, right? You've heard me talk about that phrase before, trauma dumping, right? That's what they're doing. And they're trauma dumping on each other because they feel that's what's going to make them feel better and resolve their trauma and other mental and emotional issues by trauma dumping on other women going through the same exact thing. The truth of the matter is you're just making the matters worse. You're not getting anywhere. It's like you're spinning your wheels in the mud, right? You're not going to solve the underlying issue by surrounding yourselves with other women that are going through the exact same thing. Yes, you may be able to understand each other and what you're going through, but if all of you have struggled to solve the issue, does having all of you conglomerate together on these trauma dumping female panels make things better? Are you ladies even trying to resolve the issue, or are you just using it as a forum to just vent and never address and fix the underlying issue? Right? And that's why you continue to see these panels on YouTube. Very true, brother. Yeah, they don't address the underlying issue, bro. And see, a lot of women do that. Even, no disrespect, it's a natural thing that a lot of women do. Like Dawn's done the same thing in the past, but Dawn's gotten a lot better at communicating with me and identifying the underlying issues that affect her emotionally and mentally. And that's helped her start to become stronger and become a better woman. And I respect her for that, right? But these women are like stuck in this rut where they feel the need to go on these trauma dumping female YouTube panels several times a week just to feel like they're worthy. And look, I've been bashing a lot on the men lately. I'm not even trying to bash, but I've been coming at the men lately. Now, I got to mention some of the women's panels, right? Now, the women are not as bad as the men. There are far fewer female panels doing this, but they do exist. And you can find them throughout various communities. And here's the thing. This is the one thing what both men and women are missing out. But since we're talking about these women and their trauma dumping, live streams on YouTube, this is the one thing that these women are missing. They're not understanding self-love and self-respect, right? Because here's the thing, any man or woman that truly has self-love and self-respect and loves themselves deep within, just like I love myself deep within, I have self-love, I have self-respect. And you know how you know when you truly have self-love and self-respect and you love yourself internally deep within is when nothing fucking bothers you. Nothing bothers you regarding what anyone says or does out here on YouTube involving you or anyone you care for. Nothing bothers you when your family or friends talk smack about you. You sit there and you're like, man, they're talking shit about me. Okay, cool. They must really like me. You gotta start to flip it, right? You gotta start to realize that when people are talking shit about you, in essence, they're projecting their own shit upon you, right? You have to learn to understand that in order to be able to work through it and become strong to the point of where you laugh at it, right? You're laughing. See, I laugh. People that come at me now, regardless of what they say, I laugh at them. You know why? Because I know why they're doing it. They're miserable deep within, right? And when they hear me say they're miserable, it triggers them more to keep talking smack about me as a result of me calling them out on what they're actually going through. They're miserable, right? So why should I allow their words or what they think about me? Why should I allow anyone's words regarding what they think about me faze me? When the truth of the matter is they're just words about how they feel about themselves. It's always 100% a projection of their insecurities, projecting them onto you. And guess what? They're trying to bring you down to their level so you can come along and join their group of miserable fucking people on these miserable YouTube panels, whether they're for men or women, and that way they can kick you down to their level. They're trying to depress you to their level, right? And you just can't let them do that. See, ladies, for example, here on these trauma dumping, emotionally draining panels, I mean, what? I mean, I cannot even sit around and watch all these panels anymore. They're like 3-4 hours long. Like these panels, I used to watch them all day, every day. I used to make content on them back in the days. And I realized I'm going down the wrong path. Yes, these people need more help than everyone. But when it comes to growing on YouTube, you get stuck in one of these groups, it's hard to get out. And it's hard to reach the right audience, because these people, if you join them and then you realize how messed up they are and they're not open to help, and then you want to leave, they'll all conglomerate and attack you mob group style, right? And then it's really hard to get away from them, and it's really hard to retune the YouTube algorithm to reach the right audience, right? I want to give some advice to the ladies and the men, but this is more so for the ladies today, because again, I'm just seeing these panels where women are just coming on YouTube and using it as a therapy forum, right? You have one channel owner running the show, bringing on a bunch of different women. They come on and they say, oh, this woman did this. This woman, doxed me and doxed my background check, or, this woman was talking smack about my kids or my boyfriend or my husband, right? And I got to ask you, ladies, I understand you're going to react to everything emotionally based on how you're feeling at the present moment. I get that, right? But why are you letting other women on YouTube trigger you that badly, right? Draining your emotional energy or your energy overall. Why are you letting women do that to you, right? I used to let men do that to me, right? And when I was reacting to it, I was acting like a woman. No disrespect to women. I just wasn't acting masculine when I would react to other men that would dox me and talk shit about me, right? I would react to it when the actual best thing to do is to ignore those people and to avoid going on live stream panels with them, right? Now, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but what I'm saying is that if you want to snap out of your rut, become a better person, in this case for women, men too, but in this case we're using women as an example. If as a woman you want to snap out of it and become stronger, become a better person, you've got to stop associating yourself with other people that are keeping you down at a very low level, meaning that they're keeping you in a depressed state instead of helping uplift you to become a better and stronger and more positive person, right? Lap number 2, by the way, right? It's always about, oh, girl, I understand, girl, I got your back. Well, ladies, here's the thing. I understand about girl power and girl, I've got your back, but here's the thing. If one of your lady friends makes the mistake Do you think just patting her on the back and saying, hey, it's going to be okay, it's not a big deal, do you think that's going to teach her her lesson? Or is that just going to further enable her to behave in the same shit ways, right? So ladies, I get it. You ladies were created to be empathetic and to conglomerate together and support each other no matter what. But honestly, you also have to own your mistakes. And you have to hold your peer of ladies accountable for their mistakes, just like men need to do that too, right? The problem in this modern world is our peer groups, especially when it comes to women, we're not holding each other accountable for mistakes. We're band-aiding those mistakes. And we're saying, hey, girl, I got you. I understand. Hey, girl, I cannot believe there are women I've seen on these panels, right, that have had bad things done to them that they don't deserve. But at the same time, they've also done very bad things to other people. And that fucking contradicts itself, right? So, an example, and I'm just talking about women again. If you're a woman on YouTube, right, and you're going on these trauma dumping panels seeking sympathy, empathy, support to get through a hard emotional time in your life, right? Because there are other people on YouTube, for example, looking you up and trashing your life, right? You don't deserve that. But see, those same women that have that done upon them have done very, very bad things, even worse things to other people. So, is it fair, or is it right for you ladies to sit there and support a woman and say, hey girl, it's going to be okay when people come at her, but then when she does worse things to other people, let's say on YouTube, you just turn the cheek? Let me tell you all something here. I've learned this in my life, and this is the damn truth. Okay? What you put out, you get back. I've said it before, I'll say it again. And I'll keep saying it, right? You only get back what you give, right? So, in this case, again, we're talking about women. If you're a woman and you're coming out here on YouTube and you're attacking other women, for example, purposes, and you're looking into them, you're criticizing their family, their spouse, etc., right? And then people start attacking you, and now you're coming on these live stream trauma dumping panels expecting sympathy. Do you feel you deserve sympathy because people are coming at you when you're the one that started the issues? You're the one that was initially attacking other people in the same ways that you're complaining about being attacked. It's very contradicting and very hypocritical. And I think that that's something that women struggle with because of how they process their emotions. Women react to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment, right? But regardless of how you process your emotions, whether you're a man or a woman, being two-faced, contradicting yourself, right? Come on, how does that make you look, right? You can't have it both ways, right? You're not allowed to attack other people on this platform and then complain about people attacking you. You're not. You're not, whether you're a man or a woman. Hey, Eli, caught you live. Hey, Lauren, I saw you went live earlier today with ODN. How are you folks doing? I tried to skim through your live. I don't really know what's going on. You know me, I don't have a whole lot of time for drama. I talk about things in general to help people, but how are you and Don? We're doing great. We're fantastic. Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. We are back live. Sounds still good, AZ Prod? We tried to do something civil, but she turned into a victim. I won't play into that at all. Welcome, Lauren. Good to see you here. Is this somebody I know, Lauren? I didn't see the whole show. I skimmed through the show. Hello to you and ODN and some of the good people on your end. Lauren, I love some people on your end, other people I just have nothing to say anything about. It wasn't meant to be an attacking stream. Yeah, you know who it is. Oh, okay. Oh well. Yeah, I get it, Lauren. You're being respectful, and I need to keep certain things off of YouTube. Although I will say this, Lauren, I think I know what you're talking about. Whatever you said right before I came in, I totally agree with. Yeah, Lauren, we're speaking the same language. I gotta say this, Lauren. You can't keep attacking people, then getting mad when it's done to you. Right. And Lauren, there are many women throughout the groups of women out here on YouTube. We're not going to mention any names, but there are many women and men too, but this more so happens with the women, right? In this case, right? I've grown up, huh, Eli? LOL, not like the old days. Lauren, I never thought you were not grown up. Lauren, what you don't understand is that I always had respect for you. The thing is, the people you were hanging around with, I was trying to get away from. Not because I hated them. I don't hate anybody. It's just that, I was never going to move my channel forward or be able to focus on my purpose and what I do out here, continuing to participate with those people or anyone that participates with them. I had to completely just remove myself. You know what I mean? Oh, I was pretty immature and petty, I admit, and yes, it was a crowd. Yeah, and now they're rebroadcasting me. I know they are, and I know who. I have an idea who's rebroadcasting me. And it's just really sad, It's just really sad. Yeah, it's really sad. Because unlike us, they're petty and immature, LOL. They are. Well, you know what, Lauren? I appreciate the fact that you own it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. Hopefully this sounds still okay. I appreciate the fact that you've owned it, Lauren, and you've tried your best to move past it. And that's all good, right? But yeah, the biggest problem, are two-faced people in general. And you know what? There are more. How do I say this the right way? There are two-faced men and women on the platform. But from what I've noticed, yes, men have more problems than women on YouTube, but women are more two-faced than men on YouTube. Women on YouTube that are in this depressed, mentally and emotionally unstable state, they will attack other people and take things into real life. And then when people do the same thing to them in return, they come on these trauma dumping panels and complain about it. When you started it. I mean, seriously. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just clearly stating these facts. Is it that these women don't realize that they're the ones that started their own issues and now they're complaining about other people doing to them what they've done to others initially? You don't have a leg to stand on when people are coming at you in the same ways you came at them. You get what you deserve in that situation. Right? No, Eli, sadly, they don't even see it. Fake two-faced people, says Lauren. Yep, I agree. We got 6 people here. The rest are on a rebroadcast. Yeah, they're on a rebroadcast because there are some people that I'm not even talking about people. I'm not even talking about people in your group, Lauren, or in groups that I've been a part of in the past. I'm talking about this in general, but I bet you there are women that know me from the past drama group that are simulcasting me right now because they're triggered that I'm stating the truth. And they can't handle the truth. Right? And all you have to do, ladies, is learn to love yourselves as much as I love myself. Right? For example purposes, right? If you ladies learn to love what you see in the mirror and who you are internally deep within, none of this shit will bother you. You'll stop attacking other women in the same ways you're being attacked. They'll stop attacking you. And even if they do attack you, you'll be able to ignore it and not feel the need to come on a trauma dumping YouTube panel full of emotionally and mentally unstable women as an attempt to relate to these other women to make yourselves feel better. It's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I will always share the truth with men and women because that's the only way to heal and become better. That's the only way to heal and become better. Be right back. All right, we are back live on YouTube. We're back live on YouTube. Hopefully the sound is okay. Yeah, for some reason, my adapter shows that it's charging my iPhone, but it's not actually charging. The percentage is dropping down. I don't know if the rain kind of screwed up my dongle a little bit, but I flipped it backwards and I'll test it every so often. That's why I keep going off the air for a second or so every so often to test it out. I'll do it again when I get to the other side. Right? Men and women, but in this case again, we're talking more about women. You got to learn to love yourself, have self-love, self-appreciation, self-respect, right? You've got to learn to get a better grip on your emotions. You got to learn to just let shit go, right? You got to learn to understand in this modern world we live in, even, how to say this the right way, in spite of the fact that we have social media and it's much easier to reach people all over the world now, right? It's also much easier to join the wrong group and to further go down the wrong path, right? And I'm out here fighting the good fight, trying to make these groups of people aware that come out here on YouTube as an emotional crutch outlet, place on these live stream panels, that these panels are not going to, help you heal and work through the underlying issues that you have mentally and emotionally. In all honesty, you need even more help than I can provide because I'm not a therapist or a psychologist. You need therapy and you need a psychologist and you might need medication, right? But at the same time, what happens in these groups, and this is what's even more sad, is you have a group of women that are just a bit stronger than the rest of the women. The women that are running these panels, they've got issues too. But they have, a little bit less of the issues than these other women have, right? The people that are running the panels are just a slight bit more stable than the other women. So these women have learned to capitalize, off running these panels to get views and super chats and donations and all that, right? Which, in my opinion, makes the whole thing even more sad, because in essence, you're capitalizing off of pretending to be friends with these women regarding something that you relate to as well, but you're just slightly a bit ahead in the healing process. So you're good enough to exploit these people is what I'm trying to say, right? And that's what happens out here, right? And it creates this big vicious cycle where all these women in this case, and even men that do this on their end, it becomes one big vicious cycle, and it never ends. It never ends, right? And it's never going to end until each one of you, as an individual, woman or man, that are dealing with these types of groups out here on YouTube, decides that, hey, this is too much. It's time to get out. It's time to either take some time for myself for personal reflection, or, it's time to join some more positive and uplifting groups that are going to encourage us to better ourselves by looking at ourselves first and learning how to love ourselves through self-love, self-appreciation, self-respect, right? And learning to understand that we are good enough no matter what anyone else thinks. All that matters is how we feel about ourselves. And typically people base how they feel about themselves on how others feel about you. That's not the right way to look at it. If you allow other people to dictate how you feel about yourself, then that's your problem. You need to let that go. You need to say, you know what? The only opinion of myself, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's not like a broken record, but this is how it's going to get done. This is how it's going to get through to everyone. The only opinion of yourself that really matters is your own. The only opinion of yourself that really matters is your own. If you allow other people's opinions to dictate your happiness or unhappiness, that's your problem. And if you're wondering how you can remove yourself or how you can stop the problems of other people dictating your happiness or unhappiness, you need to remove yourself from those types of people, including these trauma dumping live stream panels, whether they're for women or men, but I know more so women do the trauma dumping ones. Men do it too, right? But men trash talk other men in different ways. Women are coming out here and using this as an emotional support system. But the problem is the other women that they're conglomerating with are in the same position. There's nobody that's, there's nobody that's healed enough to be able to lead these women to healing. So they all conglomerate, and the problem never ends. It actually gets worse. It's the truth of the matter. Rally at 7 p.m. this Saturday for the Niners. Super Bowl's this Sunday, folks, from Las Vegas. Be right back. All right, we're back live. We're back live. I changed a few settings on my iPhone that I think are affecting my phone from charging. I think it's the optimized battery charging. I turned that off, and I'm going to see if that fixes the issue. I think it's going to. Because I need continuous power going to my phone through my external battery while I run these shows, or the battery will wear down. Sometimes I go over an hour. I mean, I can run a show probably an hour and a half and, still have maybe 20% battery power, but I don't like taking my phone down to that level. I like keeping an external pack hooked into my iPhone. So I'll check it out again in just a little bit. One more lap, AC Prod. Cynthia, if you're still there, I believe you're there, Cynthia. And Burley Lauren. And the funny thing is this, there's the other house here that has a semi-49er theme there. Not as elaborate as the man down the street, but still pretty cool. They're the victim, says Lauren, right? Let me know if you folks want me to do one more lap. That's cool, that floodlight came on. That gives me some extra lighting until I get to the other side of the park. So, I got to tell you, I've seen this over the years in many various communities where, people will sue each other on YouTube for multiple reasons, right? And then these people come out on YouTube and they broadcast the situation against the person that they're suing. And furthermore, they do dumb things that can and will ruin their case by doing certain things on YouTube to make a mockery out of the person that they're suing. Now, I will tell you this. This is the interesting statistic I've seen out here on YouTube over the last 6 years when it comes to people suing each other on YouTube. It's been more so women initiating lawsuits than men. Yes, I have seen a few men initiate some lawsuits, but women initiate 9 out of every 10 lawsuits on YouTube. That's what I've seen in the last 6 years. Those are my numbers and my experience. And why do I think that happens? Is because of the way women process their emotions. And for the women that are extremely depressed and have extreme anxiety and panic attacks, and they're in a very depressed state and they're very unhappy, doing these types of things helps them feel like they're accomplishing something. It helps them feel like they're getting ahead, or they're one-upping somebody that they perceive to be better than them, right? Listening, doing dishes, so it's hard to type. Is my audio still good, Lauren? Can you hear me tap in the furry ball real quick? Just let me know. I want to make sure we're still doing okay. Actually, let me check one more time. I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. And it looks like we're doing okay. Yeah, I saw the headphone sign on my other screen on the iPhone, so it's coming through the headset audio. I understand It's not easy getting to a place of where you truly love who you are on the outside and the inside 100%. It's not easy, right? But how did I do it? You know, in my younger days, I was never really horrifically out of shape, but I wanted to get into better shape, right? Like I was in my high school days and stuff. And I did that in a short amount of time, 2 to 3 months. And after I did that, it inspired me and motivated me to upkeep it. And then also to buy better clothing, right? Groom myself better, you know, with my beard, my face, etc., right? Part of the healing process and becoming a better person and healing emotionally and mentally, again, is learning to love yourself. And part of learning to love yourself is looking at yourself in the mirror and loving what you see. And if you don't love what you see, there are things anyone and everyone can do. You can lose weight if you're unhappy because you're 100 pounds overweight, and that would affect anyone. With women, I will tell you the number one issue women struggle with mentally and emotionally is their weight. Women that are overweight, I've seen them out here on YouTube. They're very nasty to be around. Why? Because it makes them very insecure, because they know that there's a big stigma against people being overweight, especially for women. Men are very vocal about heavy women, and women don't like that, right? I get it, right? So if you're a woman and you're 100 pounds or more overweight, first of all, my question to you is, how did you allow yourself to get to that level? If you're a man that's 100 plus pounds overweight, how did you allow yourself to get to that level, right? And don't come back at me and say I have a thyroid issue, or, you know, I've got a medical condition that I gain weight. No, weight's about one thing: calories in, calories out. Maintaining your weight, getting to a healthy weight and maintaining it, is about diet and exercise. Number one, you're eating like crap and you're overeating every day. Number two, you're not exercising, right? So you're getting fatter and fatter and bigger every day, and you're becoming more miserable every day, because every day you begin to hate yourself a little bit more. You begin to like yourself a little bit less every single day, right? And then you spiral out of control with your emotions and come out here on YouTube and conglomerate with other like-minded men or women in your same position. And then you conglomerate as a group of unhappy, miserable fucking people and attack other people you wish you could be like, right? And then when they come at you, right? When they come back at you after you first come at them, you complain about them and try to retaliate when you're the one that started the whole thing. You're the one that had an issue in the first place. And that issue has nothing to do with myself or anyone else on YouTube or anyone else, period. It has to do with yourself and how you see yourself. That's the bottom line. You have to learn to identify that the issues are within yourself, and how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself internally and externally. And I don't care how many people get triggered by this, it's the damn truth. It's the absolute damn truth. It's the absolute damn truth. Be right back. All right, we are back live. We are back live. Final lap. I'm warmed up right now. It's probably closer to 47, 46 degrees right now. By the way, I did a late night, early morning live stream on the main channel last night Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. Link is below in the description to the channel. YouTube.com/LifeCoachEli or at LifeCoachEli. And I had 4 great Reddit dating stories. And the last 2 were really good. The last 2 were really good. One was about a man that's been with a woman for 4 years, and he won't marry her until she matches his income. I ripped into that guy. Just to give you a hint, go check it out. And then the last one, the 4th one I did, that was the 3rd one after I came back from the break after doing the first 2. The 4th one was regarding a woman that has a husband that wants kids because his family is very family oriented. This woman has been with him for over 3 years. I guess they got married pretty quickly. They were together 3.5 years. They've been married for 3. And she wants to, she says she wants to have kids, but she makes all the excuses in the world. And she even had an abortion in her younger days because she wasn't ready to have a child. I gotta tell you, these Reddit stories, I tell you, these stories that are shared out there, they're real-time stories. That's what I love about dissecting these Reddit stories. We can all learn from them. I'm like, wow, men and women are struggling with so much in this modern world, and that's why I do my shows on both my channels, and I call them Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, and now with Dawn, too, my girlfriend Dawn. Because navigating this modern world is more challenging than ever because, like I've said before in the past, it's been a while, but we have artificially changed the way we do things. Right? And it's one thing for women to have equal rights. I respect that, okay? Not taking anything away from women having equal rights. Give me a second here. Not taking anything away from women having equal rights. But women, there are many jobs women are doing that were jobs that were once only known as jobs that men would do, and they require masculine energy. So women have to exude masculine energy in these jobs to keep their jobs, right? And that's completely putting women out of their natural biological essence of being feminine, and they're forced to behave more masculine. So in essence, with no disrespect, hey, women, do what you got to do. But we have artificially changed this world and have basically given women equal rights, which they should have always had, but now women are doing things that require them to behave in ways that are not natural for them, right? That changes the dynamics for women. It changes the dynamics for men. It massively confuses our youth that don't understand this, because when this started to shift, they weren't born yet or they were really young. Fortunately for myself and Dawn, we grew up during the last era where traditionalism still kind of existed. Now it's out the door. Now men are afraid to get married to women because they fear getting divorce raped. And I talked about that on that show last night. You're going to want to check it out. It was very interesting, right? But at the end of the day, Your happiness boils down to one thing: how you see yourself. Your happiness boils down to how you see yourself for both men and women. I understand women enjoy the company of a man, and women don't want to be alone. I get that. And men, to be fair, don't want to be alone too, but women are more vocal about it. And it's more in a woman's natural biological essence to not want to be alone. Because before women were liberated, they were dependent on a man for survival. So them being alone, they wouldn't survive, right? And we've even gone as far as artificially change that today. Now women are independent, and some women aren't even getting married or dating. They're just living life alone and providing for themselves, which is completely out of their natural biological essence. No problem that they're doing it. It's just not what they were biologically initially meant to be. Right? I'll tell you, if it wasn't for social media, a lot of these people that are struggling would have nowhere to go. A lot of these people can barely afford to pay their mortgage or their rent, let alone pay for a therapist, let alone get in the car and drive to a support group. So social media has come out here and has given these people a place to go and spew all of their drama and trauma and trauma dump, right? And while on one hand, yeah, it's great that people have somewhere to go, on the other hand, it's not being managed properly, and these people are being taken advantage of by creators that are using them as content and making money off of them and getting views. And it's really sad. It's really sad what I've seen happen to people that are mentally and emotionally unstable that really need help, right? And I used to be a part of some groups like that, right? And I tried to turn things around. I tried to make a difference in those groups, but what happened? I'm outnumbered. I was attacked by these creators and by the emotionally and mentally unstable people, right? So, I let it all go. I ignored all that stuff. I ignore people that come at me like that, but I'll still talk about it on my channels. I'll still talk about it here because I'm hoping to eventually start to reach these people. And if I can reach one of these people at a time, one a day, even if I only help 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of these people in my lifetime, even if only 5 of them give me a chance to help them in my lifetime, at least I'm helping 5 more people that would not have had the help and would not have been able to turn their life around otherwise, right? Be right back. Right, we're back live. It's Friday night. It's a beautiful night. It's just a little bit chilly. Folks, please smash the thumbs up and please share this out. I've really been trying to get my message out for the longest time. People really need help. I really want to help as many people as possible learn to work through their demons, or at least allow me to guide you in the right direction. If it's not me, maybe it's a therapist or a psychiatrist. You're not going to start turning your life around. You're not going to start to work through your trauma. You're not going to be able to work through your mental and emotional issues that are completely affecting your life until you learn to better love yourself and start taking the action. You got to first identify that you are the problem, no one else. You have to identify that you are the fucking problem. Okay? and not worry about anyone else. You got to worry about yourself, and you got to learn to become the best version of yourself you could be. You got to heal yourself first. And then after you heal yourself, you'll look back and say, how the hell did I ever hang out with these types of people? Or how the hell did I allow myself to get sucked into this vortex? Now I want to go back and try to help those people. And then once you heal yourself, like here's the thing, ladies, in these emotional drama, trauma dumping type of live stream panel groups, right? If one or two of you focus on completely healing yourself and loving yourself and not feeling the need to trash talk other women or get revenge on other women out on YouTube for coming back at you when you first probably initiated something, or you initiated an attack on them first, if you turn that around, if a few of these women turn it around and become more positive and become leaders of positive change, I bet you could influence these women to learn to love themselves better and turn things around. I'd like to see that. I really would like to see that. It would be a bold move for one or two women to do that. But it would be a wise and smart move. And in the long run, all these people that you're surrounded by right now that are miserable along with you will thank you for it. And maybe you can all conglomerate in a more positive, happy, and inspirational type of way. Right? By the way, more than likely tomorrow, Don and I are going to do a members-only live stream on the main channel. More than likely. It depends how we feel. We got some good rest last night and today, and we're going to get some more rest today, and we should be rested enough by tomorrow. But Dawn really misses doing the shows. She misses the good folks here that are very supportive. But she wants to make you folks aware also that she's had a lot to deal with her doctors lately, and it's all been very positive. It just takes time, going to different cities to get different things done at the different locations of the clinic, and then taking video calls and phone calls. It's a lot, when you've been struggling with your health, and like many people are, and like Dawn has. It's a lot of work to get it back on track, but it's well fucking worth it. It really is. And at the end of the day, when you folks see Dawn completely turn her life around compared to how things were when she first came on here, you will see the most amazing before and after. And she will be the inspiration. She's already my inspiration. I'm very inspired by her. I'm very inspired by her willingness to not give up on herself, to not give up on her family, to not give up on me or anything else. She has her moments. She's been struggling with depression and anxiety. But she keeps moving forward. And she keeps being one of the most loving and supportive people I've ever met in my life. That's why she's my inspiration. I'm very inspired by her. Okay, folks. Almost done with the last lap. Man, I'm a little tired. And it's a little cold. And I'm starving. Really enjoyed the show today. I was really able to, share my thoughts primarily regarding what I feel a lot of women are struggling with out here on YouTube and in this world, right? And I want to make it very clear that I don't hate any man or any woman out here on YouTube, or I don't have any hate for anyone directly, period. Do I dislike certain things that people do? Will I stay away from certain people because I don't want to be around those people that are full of negativity? Sure. But just because I don't want to be around you, because I see you as a negative person and I don't want to be drowning in your negativity, doesn't mean I hate you. I don't hate you. I feel for you. And I really hope, whether you feel you love me or hate me or whatever, right? I really hope you realize my words were meant to inspire everyone, including you, to start looking at yourself in a brighter light. To look at yourself in the mirror. And if you don't like what you see, say, you know what? I'm not happy with what I see right now. But because I want to learn to love myself so much more than I do, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever, right? And I'm going to start now. I'm not going to start tomorrow. I'm not going to start next week. I'm not going to start at the end of the year and make it my New Year's resolution or the beginning of the new year. I'm going to start right now. I'm going to take action. That's what you have to do. You have to also hold yourself accountable. Right? You want to turn your life around? Take action today. Don't procrastinate. Remove bad seeds from your life. Remove all toxicity from your life. If you're struggling with anxiety and depression, right? Hanging around other people that struggle with anxiety and depression, and a large group of people that struggle with anxiety and depression, is not going to help you. It's going to make the matters worse. You need to surround yourself with positive, uplifting people that are already in a good place mentally and emotionally. And will understand that when you have your moments, they're going to inspire you to get back on track. They're not going to get mad at you for losing your emotional shit. They're going to say, hey, I see you getting a little amped up there. It's okay. I'm here for you. You don't have to put your body through that. You deserve a lot more, right? You don't deserve to be going through all this stress. And you're worth it. The most important thing, I don't know, there's some like fiesta happening here. I hear Hispanic music. Like I hear like emotional Hispanic music. Somebody maybe getting married or maybe having a quinceañera or something or whatever, right? I gotta tell you, the Hispanic people have a special event for everything. They find a reason to party about everything. I think the quinceañera is like the 15th birthday, right? It's like the 16th birthday here in the U.S. where you get your license and stuff like that, right? And then 21, you can drink, right? 18 used to be when you're able to smoke. Here in California, it's 21 now. Most states have changed smoking now to 21. That's a good thing. 18-year-olds are not responsible with cigarettes and with alcohol. That's a good thing. All right, folks, we're leaving 17 in the box. 4 thumbs up. No other show tonight. Tomorrow I'll probably do an earlier walk during the day, and then probably Don and I will do a members-only live stream right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. So get your $4.99 memberships and be ready for that. Love you all. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.